Hey everyone, welcome back. Fall is upon us. Yes, it is. Who is craving some fall comfort food? Well, I've got a cheap, quick, easy fall comfort food meal for you tonight, right out of your stockpile using leftovers. Let's get to it. So here is the thing. You want fall food. It's comfort. You just want something warm and cozy when you come home from work, or if you took a nice walk in the brisk air. I don't know, do you just crave that? I do. So tonight, Gavin had guitar lessons. I worked all day. I didn't feel like spending a lot of time in the kitchen. I wanted something quick and easy on the table in 15 minutes or less. So I did that. I made some homemade biscuits and they were so good. It's 2 ingredient biscuits. And when we got done eating, Gavin said to me, I asked him, how were the biscuits? He says, oh, they were good. I said, they were homemade biscuits. He thought they were the kind that come in the can. I said, no, these were Mom's homemade. He said, they were really good. And they are the best. If you have not made 2 ingredient homemade biscuits, you need to do that. Let me show you some pictures. Okay, so I took some pictures as I went through it. I will leave in the description below, and also on my website, you will see the recipe for both of these things that we're going to make. But it's so easy, guys. Self-rising flour and heavy cream. That's all you need. That's it. That is absolutely it. If you don't have self-rising flour, I will also leave a recipe below. It's just baking powder and regular flour. You could add a little salt. You have yourself some self-rising flour. Use 2 cups of that, 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Mix it all together. I got my new whisk at the thrift shop. If you saw that haul, a couple of months ago, I got that, I don't know, it's like a pastry whisk or something. Makes a world of difference when you're making any type of bread or pastries. But listen, you whisk it up, you roll it out, yay thick. Again, all the recipes will be in the description below and on my website. And then you pop them in the oven for 10 minutes. Now, they don't get golden brown. That's the only thing. Like, they do look a little pale, but oh my goodness, they taste so good. So we had homemade 2 ingredient biscuits, and then I made some chicken gravy. Check out these pictures. Okay, so what I did, it was last week, I put a chicken in my electric frying pan, a roaster chicken, put the lid on it, added some broth, carrots and celery, and instead of using my crock pot, I cooked it in the electric skillet. I just didn't feel like lugging out my crock pot that day, and I cooked it down, and we had some of that chicken, and I made chicken and dumplings that night with the chicken. Then I deboned it and got the leftover, and I had just a small amount of chicken. Not anything like a wow for a full-blown meal, but there's only 3 of us in the house. So I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I'll make some soup. I have some carrots, I have some celery. I don't know. Well, and I got smart this time, because a lot of times what happens is I get these great ideas, I toss it in the fridge thinking I'll get to it tomorrow, and tomorrow happens 10 days later. So this time I put it in a bag, threw it in the freezer. I figured, you know what? It's in the freezer, it's safe and sound. Well, 5 days later, maybe 6 days, I'm finally getting around to it, so I'm glad I froze it. But here's what I did. I got my electric skillet out. I like my electric skillet. It makes cooking so much easier. I don't know, sometimes putting a bunch of pots on the stove and it seems like drudgery to me after a long day of work. Get your electric skillet out. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to put a stick of butter in it. You're going to melt it down. You're going to add half a cup of flour. You're going to whisk it until it gets somewhat lumpy, like a paste, and you're going to cook it for a moment. You want to cook down the taste of the flour, and you want to bring out and enhance the flavor of the butter, and it's going to smell very like a buttery, nutty kind of smell in your kitchen. It smells good, and then you know you're ready to go. Then you're going to add 3 to 4 cups of chicken broth. However you do it. I had a container of chicken broth. I use that. If you use bouillon or what's the other one? Better than bouillon, I think. The paste. However you can make chicken broth, you're going to get some chicken broth. Put in 3 to 4 cups. I whisked 2 cups in first. Then I did the third. Then I did the fourth. It made just the perfect amount. Little salt, little pepper. That's it. You have homemade chicken gravy. Then I threw in some frozen peas that I had left over in the freezer. Grab that frozen little bit of chicken that I have, and you saw that in the pictures. Literally dumped it in there, stirred it in for a few moments, put the lid on. While I was waiting for the biscuits to be done, I had like another 4 minutes to go. My chicken defrosted, my peas cooked up. Voila, we had a delicious dinner. I am like finicky eater. I'm a fussy eater, and I pick on myself all the time, even if my family likes what I make. There's very few times that I will say to myself, wow, I really liked that meal. And tonight, hands down, comfort, delicious, cheap, inexpensive, quick and easy, satisfying, fill the belly meal. You can do it for pennies. Flour from the pantry. You might not have heavy cream, but you could, just take milk, put a little vinegar in it, make it into like a buttermilk, do it that way. There's plenty of recipes for that. Or maybe use canned biscuits or use Bisquick. Whatever you have, do some biscuits. If you don't have biscuits, make rice, make butter noodles, egg noodles, any kind of pasta, anything you want to do. The sky's the limit. Have some type of a starch like that, even over mashed potatoes. How delicious would that be? Or roasted potatoes in the air fryer. Again, anything. You got French fries, whatever you've got, you make that, and then you just make your homemade chicken gravy. So easy. Most people have bouillon cubes. You can make your bouillon from that, a stick of butter, and then you have your flour, half a cup of flour. I had the chicken. You can use, if you don't have a chicken, like I had leftover chicken, great way to use your leftovers. If you have canned chicken, get a small can of chicken, open that can up, chop it up real fine, throw that in there. You don't want a vegetable, you don't have to use a vegetable. I just preferred the peas. You could do carrots, you could do green beans, you could do corn, you could do mixed vegetables. I used frozen, you could use a canned vegetable. You could see how easy this is coming together. Very easy to make a meal like this. Mix it all together, put it on top of your rice, your biscuits, your noodles, whatever you've chosen. So good. And the amount that I made tonight, I had seconds, my husband had seconds. I don't think Gavin had seconds, but we have enough in there that all of us could have lunch the next day. I'm telling you guys, this meal was fit for a king. It was absolutely delicious. All I did was use leftovers. I made quick and easy homemade biscuits right from the pantry, right from the stockpile. All my leftovers that I had. I hope you try it. It is so good. Okay, guys, happy fall. Enjoy tonight. We'll see you all on the next video.